There will be no amnesty. The mass deportations continue, but in a strategic way, and we move the workforce towards automation and 100% American participation, which again, with 34 million people, able-bodied adults on Medicaid, we should be able to do that fairly quickly. Thank you.
So today on As the White Hood Turns, Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins did a little bit of a press conference today to tell everyone that there will be no amnesty for farmers that are utilizing the undocumented for farm work. So there will be no special dispensation for them. You know, Siplytic had said that maybe they wouldn't, be doing raids at hotels and farms and things like that because, we have to help our farmers. Well, Brooke done said there are 34 million able-bodied people on Medicaid. Y'all need to go ahead and apply for them farm jobs. That's what she said with her whole chest. She said, y'all on Medicaid who about to lose your Medicaid need to go on and apply for them farm jobs because there will be automation, but there will be some need, for humans, I guess, to do some of the work. So for all the MAGA, y'all around here complaining about, the undocumented taking your jobs, that lady said they got farm jobs waiting for you. Chop, chop. Y'all need to go ahead on and do that. There's no reason anybody should be unemployed. Those aren't my words. Those are hers. She said y'all need to go and step up and go ahead on and do that farm work. Because if you can get Medicaid, apparently you can also work.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the Joe Report, where we get an outsider's view with an insider's clarity. Let's get into it.
Oh, MAGA, you're in trouble. Apparently there's a shortage of workers on the farm. But don't worry, MAGA. Brooke Rollins, who heads agriculture, says that she has a solution. Seems like Trump and Brooke Rollins have put their heads together and come up with a solution to solve the problem on the farms losing workers. They're saying if you're able-bodied and on Medicaid, you are going to work in the fields. MAGA, this is where it hits you. You're going to work in the fields. And you're going to see what it's like for these undocumented immigrants to come to America and work a hard day's labor in the American fields. Get ready to pack up Mima and Pop-Pop and put them on a bus and send them to the fields, MAGA. That's what you voted for, and that's what you deserve.
Oh, wait. Did I hear that right? So Trump's agriculture secretary, Brooke Rollins, stood at a podium today and said the quiet part out loud. That we should replace migrant farm workers with people on Medicaid. So let me translate that for you. Pick crops or lose your health care. Yes, the same people who rely on public health care to survive. Brooke Rollins claimed that there are 34 million able-bodied adults on Medicaid who can take over farm labor now that mass deportations are underway. That's not just dangerous, that's dehumanizing. First of all, most Medicaid recipients are already working, caregiving, or unable to work because of disability. Second, field labor is back-breaking work. It's dangerous too. But instead of fair immigration reform, this administration wants to treat poor people like they're disposable. Let's be clear, this isn't about labor shortages. It's about control. It's about punishing people for being poor.
Let me get this straight. So Trump's agriculture secretary just said she wants to deport undocumented farm workers and replace them with able-bodied adults on Medicaid. What in the 1930s chain gang is this? So Brooke Rollins got up on stage like she was unveiling the next iPhone and said, "We're going to use automation and American participation." Then said there are 34 million able-bodied adults on Medicaid we could tap into. Excuse me? Tap into how? Like, y'all gonna draft poor people into picking strawberries now? What are we doing? So you deport the people who actually know how to harvest food, then go, oh, don't worry. We'll just make sick and low income Americans do it. Not train them, not pay them well, just make them do it. Ma'am, that's not innovation. That's a labor camp with extra steps. So she says 34 million people on Medicaid are able-bodied. Let's just unpack that right quick. Except that number includes parents, caregivers, and people who are already working. Also, newsflash, being on Medicaid doesn't mean you're lazy. It means you're broke or sick. So unless this plan comes with sunscreen, insulin, childcare, and a union contract, it's not a solution. It's exploitation. So here's the question. What kind of government deports the experienced workers, then says, we'll just replace them with poor people who can't say no? Is this about feeding the country or controlling labor? Because if the Trump administration gets its way, you better believe food won't be the only thing getting picked. Now that's for damn sure.
So this is where we are now. Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins has officially said the quiet part out loud. She wants Medicaid recipients, yes, the people who are often working low-wage jobs or unable to work due to health, to replace migrant farm workers in the fields. MAGA voters, you all really voted for this. This is what America First turned into, forcing the poor to pick crops. Before we proceed, all credit goes to the creators of these videos. Let's watch a few more reactions and I'll come back with my final commentary.
Listen, I don't like getting on here telling y'all I told y'all so. I really don't. But red states, buckle up. Trump's AG secretary suggests replacing migrant farm workers with Medicaid recipients. We should be able to do that fairly quickly, she says. Fairly quickly. Yeah. Dementia Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins spoke today with the GOP governors, including Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, about how the administration plans to protect U.S. agriculture from foreign threats. Arkansas is a red state. Red states, y'all in danger. Y'all in danger. Now it's not the time to talk politics, baby. Well, let's talk labor. Let's talk about putting y'all off in those fields, picking that cotton, picking that fruit. Y'all didn't want the immigrants here. Your racism led you down this path to roll with dementia. And look what dementia's about to do to you motherfuckers in these red states. Oh, they said y'all can go out in the fields. Especially if you're on Medicaid and Medicare. It don't make no sense. You able-bodied. You just living off the system. Now's not the time to talk politics. When is? On a lunch break? From you picking corn. See, you feckless motherfuckers thought you was harming us. I won't be seeing you in those fields. But I will be sitting here on this internet reminding you daily that that's where they're trying to send you. See you in those midterms, huh? Votes have consequences, and now's the time to talk.
Let's be clear. Medicaid recipients aren't just sitting around. A lot of them already have jobs. Many are working part-time, underpaid, and overworked, and they still qualify for Medicaid because their wages are that low. Some are elderly, disabled, or caring for small children or sick relatives. But now, under this twisted logic, they're the new labor force. Remember when DT told you he was going to give amnesty to the hardworking undocumented immigrants in agriculture and hospitality? Well, that was a lie, just like all the other ones. Now, instead of giving them a path to citizenship, they're being deported. And you, the very voters who cheered it on, are being told to step in and do the labor. Let's talk real for a minute. Farming is backbreaking work, sunrise to sundown, in extreme heat, with your hands in the dirt, bending over rows of crops. And now they want people living paycheck to paycheck, barely surviving, to go out there and break their backs too. People on Medicaid are already struggling to keep up with housing costs, food, medication, childcare, and now they're being asked to literally become human tractors. It's giving punishment. It's giving cruelty. You voted for this. Not all of you, but enough of you. You bought the narrative that immigrants were stealing jobs. Jobs that you never wanted. Jobs your kids never applied for. But now look, the jobs weren't stolen. You just didn't want them. And now that immigrants are being pushed out, you're the replacement. And don't forget, this isn't just about farms. This is a trial balloon for other sectors too. Today, it's strawberries and tomatoes. Tomorrow, it's cleaning hotel rooms, packing meat, or fixing roofs. If they can force poor people into field labor, they can do the same in every other low-wage industry that relies on undocumented workers. And it won't be long before those on food stamps, Section 8, or disability benefits get pulled into this mess too. Brooke Rollins, handpicked by DT and a long-time conservative operative, is floating this idea not because it makes sense, but because it plays into a cruel version of America where poverty is a crime and the punishment is labor. And it's not just about economics. Let's call it what it is. This is about control, about weaponizing public assistance against the people who need it most. It's about taking folks who are already at the bottom and pushing them even lower. They're saying if you're too poor to afford health insurance, then you're not too poor to pick strawberries in 100-degree heat. You were warned. Black people said this movement wasn't about helping the working class. It was about exploiting them. Now they're coming for Medicaid recipients. So who's next? You can't keep voting for cruelty and then crow foul when the cruelty comes for you. That's the definition of FAFO. Fool around and find out. You thought this administration was going to take from them and give it to you.
Agricultural Secretary Brooke Rollins has announced that there will be no amnesty for illegal farm workers in the mass deportations, but they will continue strategically. Now, this counters what President Trump said when he was going to create amnesty for hotel workers and farm workers who entered this country illegally but have been a good citizen to the United States.
So what do you all think? Should Medicaid recipients be forced to replace immigrant workers? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have a FAFO playlist, and if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing because it helps me grow my channel and for YouTube to recommend this video to a wider audience. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.